Alrighty guys, Rydal Schooler here, back again for another monk video. I had to get a bind, and believe it or not, it's not been as easy as I thought. Finding someone outside of here that was high enough level to bind me wasn't wasn't quite as fast as I thought it was going to be, but here we go. I've got this. Oh, wait, this is a Necro with this epic. Wow, that's pretty cool. You never see Necros with their epic. Awesome. Okay. Try a city. Okay, well, I thought I could bind right outside the gates. This is really weird. Oh. Alrighty, so whenever you're binding, whenever you're a caster in this game, it's actually really nice because you can pretty much bind anywhere. But as a melee class, without the bind spell, or cleric or shaman will get it. I don't. No, they do. Yeah, they do. But you'll be able to bind outside, whereas here I'm forced to bind inside. So. That's a hell of a Necro right there, though, man. If I was a betting... Oh, yep, level 60. That's awesome. That's awesome. See how he's not even going to charge me to do it, which is great, too. There are a lot of good players on this server. There really are. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there can be some really, I guess, cancerous ones, too, but... For the most part, the interactions I have with other players are it's probably 90% good. Now the 10% can really mess up your day, but then the other stuff. I mean, it's fairly good. And I try to treat everybody I can with respect, anyways. I think that's part of the main problem is a lot of times people don't. Uh-oh. Oh, poor little wood elf. So I actually grew this guy up here. I started fighting out here in the grasslands, which I'll show you guys in just a second. And then I moved out to the pit, and then shortly after that, I was in Kern's. I love Kern's Tower, and I probably stayed there from level 7 or 8 all the way till about 21. So it was a lot of fun. Kern's it's probably one of my favorite newbie zones in the game. I think it even beats Crushbone, which is wild because I love Crushbone too. But right out here, you'll find some of these beetle hatchlings that are level 2 to 3. But you've got a ton of these wolves, the scorpions, the decaying skeletons. And they're all right here. And due to your innate regeneration ability at lower levels, it almost seems like you have a really nice regen on. Malicious skeleton. I didn't even know that existed. But so it's really nice charred bone shards. Huh. But, and then obviously, this is called Ramp 1, or Newbie Ramp, and I moved over here. Wow, that's a monk with a fungi on and like almost full panther skin and dead. It goes to show it's not just the gear. You got to know what you're doing. But yeah, I sit right there and you can pull. What I usually did is I went over to this area over here, and I'd pull along the wall here. That way I wouldn't, because I didn't group very much. I've always found grouping to be a little slow at these levels, just simply because it's so much easier to solo if your class has the ability to. These guys, the pandas or the freaking fat honey badgers or whatever, they are not KOS to anything other than Iksars, I believe. So if you come here as another race, or what you need to do is, if you can avoid these in the initial phases, it makes Kern's a lot easier. Which that's Kern, just the giant tower right there. Yeah, if you can avoid those, right off the bat, then that means that when you go into the basement level of Kern's, you can still stick to fighting the skeletons and not have to worry about the other things. So it's really nice. Be kind of cool to get up there, huh? Like sit in the balcony area. So that's pretty cool. Anywho, there's also another thing in here that's actually it's called a tangren, and what it is this really huge monkey. We can go check and see if he's up since we're right here. Then we'll head over to Warsliks Woods and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Monk also gets, let's see, it's called Safe Fall. I don't think I have enough of it to like just jump off places yet, but that is going to be the island where the tangren spawns, or tangren. I think maybe I do. Oh, yeah, no damage. So I believe this is going to be the everybody get together island on the right, and then that one over there is the, oh shit, there's a giant monkey on it on the left. And I don't believe there's anything in the water actually, which is kind of strange, I guess. I guess not really. I mean, that would make it more interesting if there was something in the water, I guess. And it very well may not be up. I mean, like I said, a lot of the guilds in this game, or on this server itself, have timers on things, so they know when things pop and they know when things spawn, and that way they can go knock it out real fast with a couple of two group teams or whatever. I don't know what this guy would even take anymore with everybody Velia scared. Then again, I don't know what he took when everybody wasn't Velia scared, so. So it doesn't look like he's up, which is unfortunate. I'd love for you guys to see the big monkey, but there is an underwater like little base thing over here. I don't know if you guys are aware of. It's kind of cool. I found this my first go around. It had to have been years ago, because I used to literally like super explore almost every single zone I was ever in, just because back in the day when I was younger, I mean, it had to be what, 10 or 12 years ago, I guess, but I didn't care about leveling that much. I just wanted to get on and have fun. Nowadays it seems like everybody rushes to level their guy as fast as they possibly can. It takes away from the actual game, in my opinion, but I used to explore everything I possibly could. Looks like my guild is going to Guck. I just left there. Interesting. Not that I could get any leeway at level 23 anyways. I'm pretty sure they're going to lower Guck and everything else, but now what I don't know about this area over here is if I have to be invis. I don't know who I explored it with actually to get really deep in there. I know where I found it on my monk, but I may very well have died doing it. So I don't know that we'll be able to go too deep in, but I'll at least show you guys where it's at. It's kind of interesting. It's definitely something you don't expect to find, or at least I didn't. So as you can see, there's a pillar out there in the water. Well, there's pillars all over the place in the water in this game, so I'm sure that if you weren't looking for it, you're probably not thinking that much of that. If you swim out, there's actually a pretty cool little thing out there. I wish I had bard speed all the time. I seem to remember the person I died upon was the one I had to rush up because I didn't have enough air to make it barely, because not everybody swims as fast as the Iksars do right off the bat. Even for me, this is a pretty long swim. So let's see. Let's see if I immediately die. Not immediately. Oh, so he's dubious. Servant of Sithrax. To make sure all these guys are dubious. What the hell? He's yellow? Hmm. Well, I do not recall that last time. That's for sure. And there should be a giant troll in here. Oh, yeah. That I can't seem to target. Oh, there he is. Oh, see, he's indifferent even. What the hell? See, these looks like there's some named ones. Sithrax Guardian. Very, very cool. I love the way they sit. Sithrax, or a Skeletal Jester. Ready to attack. Oh, boy. Okay. That's why I call on everything. But over here, I love the way they sit on top of these tombs. They're just like, oh, they're ready to go. It's so cool looking. They sit just like the Iksars do. Well, obviously it's Iksar skeleton, but most of the time when you see skeletons, they're just on the ground or they're trying to sit. Like just a big pile of bones, and then they sprout out up, yeah. But that's that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or not, but it's kind of cool. I'd be willing to bet that it's got something to do with SKs or something. Because that guy had an SK pet out. But if you do go down there, keep in mind that that Jester was very red to me at 23, which isn't too high, but and ready to attack. I got dangerously close to him too. I'm really shocked that he didn't attack me. I got that monk look. Nah, the monk luck would be that everything else in there is dubious until that thing attacks me and then they all aggro. Instant death. Now that I think about it, that may have been really stupid to even try that, because I would never get my corpse back, ever. So what I'm planning on doing in this video is just trying to get you guys over, not you guys, I guess me over, for everybody that's watching, if you are, to Warsliks Woods over here, and we're going to see if we can't find some giants. Or possibly even the goblins. I haven't really decided which one I want to go with yet. Giants seem... What the f... Oh, okay. Just some weird ghost erudite. What the hell? Alright. So Warsliks, if you're in Field of Bone, Kerns will be right here. You just follow kind of the roadway around, and there'll be like a little indention that you can go into that obviously looks just like a zone. So. Alright, so that little thing ends right there. Obviously, okay, I think it's going to be, yeah, it's, okay, although, you'll see like a uber congestion of trees, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, that the viewing in this zone is terrible. So you can get lost really, really easily. So I get lost in zones that are easy to look around in, so I'm sure that I'll be very, very lost in this one. Okay. If I die, I want to make sure that I get back. figure we might see something out here. Alright, so I'm definitely in the right, at least, range. I've got 25 here, 26, 25, 28. So yeah, I don't think that we're in a bad mode over here. So if anything, it looks like I may need to be just a little bit higher, but I'm willing to risk it. Oh, well, that bandit doesn't tell me to be any higher. What else is in here? The excitement so far seems underrated. Crystalline spotter fang, 1022. Ooh, helium shards. Pacow. Yeah, don't need that. Let's see. There we go, manslayer. There's just one. Come here, biatch. Oh, it's not just one. What level is this pariah? Oh. Excelente. So that's something known as splitting. I'm probably not anywhere near the best at that. I'm sure you can find other videos or whatever else it is, but monks get to do this really, really well. Another class that can do this is Necro, Shadow Knight, and I've even seen bards that are really good at pulling, so I don't know if they have something that they split with or what. I know I did never split anything with my bard. I just swarm caught it on my... I don't know. So this guy's not putting up much of a fight at all for being blue. I kind of figured that he would be hitting me for a lot harder than he is. Maybe he feels bad because it's Iksar and Iksar of crime. Sorry, bruh. I think I might be... No, I'm the same height as him. That pariah looked like he was a monster. Let's see. Here, biatch. Trying to see you. So these guys aren't too terribly challenging out here. If they're gonna stay blue, and that's not bad. I'll still take you guys over to see the goblin area and see if we can find a giant of some sort or something like that. But this is actually, I mean, this guy's definitely a little bit harder than the manslayer. So he's a lot taller than me too. He's like alpha lizard. Not too bad though. I mean, I don't see it as abundantly challenging. I will say I saw the manslayers in Field of Bone. They were in a cave over there. It was very close to where I showed you guys the Tangent, or the Tangent Island. I didn't even think about showing you guys that cave. But yeah, there's a small entrance if you go. I guess if you're looking at the beach, keep going right. There's a small entrance into the actual wall itself. Forsaken Pariah Mask. Ooh, negative 25 charisma. That's phenomenal. Just in case you're too liked, you can definitely make yourself hateable with that thing. But yeah, the Manslayer cave has got a ton of Manslayers in it. See, it's blue too. I was in a bunch of other stuff. Where's that at? Jeez, this is a nice little thing of ruins right here. The three right here, 3 blues and easy pulls. I'm wondering if this is one of those places where, like, yeah, 2 Manslayers and a Pariah, but the Pariah is like a placeholder for something like level 40 quest mob or something that just instantly rapes you. Okay, so we went from right at half to right there just on 2 mobs. That's not bad at all. And he's not even really... These guys, for being blue, they're not putting up much of a fight, which I like. I like it when you just lay over dead and give me EXP. I just had to knock on the door. As soon as this guy's down, which if you guys give me just a couple of seconds, I'm going to check that out and I'll be right back with you. Apparently, it was so important that they didn't even wait like 20 extra seconds. So, whatever. Alrighty, let's see here. Ooh. Oh, that's a player. What is this guy? Oh, he's role playing. What is? Ooh, shoot. What does he have? Staff. He said, hi. Hi. I don't know what the was for. Probably like, why are you going to steal my camp or something, which obviously I had no desire to do. My auto run was simply on. So I don't know where this road leads, so this is going to be kind of interesting. I don't frequent Warsliks woods, nor do I want to ever. Why would, of course there's not like a sign or something. The good news is I'm actually bound pretty close. I mean, I'm bound right inside the well, you guys saw I'm bound right inside the walls of Kabilas, so just a couple of zones away. So if I get jumped or ganked or whatever else it is by something that I didn't realize was in here, it won't take me long to get back here. So at least I won't lose my stoof. Uh-oh, here we go. Goblin Battle Master. This zone is panning out to be like, why are there so many level like 28s and 30s here? The stuff I found so far has been either blue to me or green. Oh. Screw another green. Oh, okay. What the f... Let's see. Well, that's green. That's green, okay. Some greens will still give you EXP, but it's just such a minimal amount. Without a zone EXP modifier from being in a dungeon or something, it's really not worth it. If you can just save up your HP to fight something that actually does give you EXP. But we did find something. We found a fort. I think that this is the fort that you actually, that drops that right-clicky thing. And I'd be a liar if I told you I knew what it was. I just dropped something. What is that? Another green. Pit fodder. Oh, okay, green. Well, there are a select few things being killed here. Oh, not even being looted. Okay. It says I'm too far away. I'm sitting on it. Like up its butt. Whatever. Alright, so what we're going to try to do here to try to tactically get across this bridge. That wasn't very tactful, actually. Or tactical. That was just more haul ass and get aggro. Be a noob. That's okay, we'll fight this thing. It says pit fire. I want to see what it does. When it says your will is not sufficient to command this weapon, it's actually going to be this right here. It's my woo stick. Apparently it does smite. I think it's at level 40 though, so I've got a while before it's actually useful. But, oh no, SOW's going away. Sad times. But I think it does like 80 damage is what I've seen, so it's not too bad. Battle Master. Pit Fighter. Sparring gloves. Those are, well, what are mine, actually, before I say they're terrible. Better buy terrible. And that's why losing SOW sucks. Because that yellow spirit caller over there is hauling ass around, and I'm not going to have SOW anymore to get away. Okay, so maybe I was just on the wrong side of the tracks or something. Stuff over here is starting to con good again. Like when I... Oh, good, okay. Oh, awesome. So there is a jump. Well, there's another one of those spirit callers that I'm not wanting to fuck with, so... Let me see if I can get a location for this damn... There's supposed to be a giant fort, like an actual fort. That would be pretty cool to see. I don't have a deal with it at. No. Let's see here. Philippine 2, warsliks Woods. Okay, so we just passed through... Okay, so I know where we are now, at least. Oh, dude, we're right next to West Cabillas. I could have just easily gone through Cabillas to get here, and... Oh, my goodness. Okay. It would appear that 12 is the forest giant fort, so... Okay, so we just have to keep going down this thing for a while. What is 6, though? Because that looks like we're going to have to run right through it. Hut with goblins. Well, there's a shitload of hut with goblins around here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just keep going down this road, or this pathway here. Try to avoid any casting goblins at all possible times. Where are you going? Nowhere, okay. And then there's a... It looks like there's a fairly... Probably 3 times as large as the fort we just went through with all the goblins in it. That's does not. Well, I'm sure it would be 3 times as large whenever it's a giant fort. We're definitely getting into some better cons. This could be fun. The EXP in the zone isn't bad either. That was only... I fought that one manslayer and that other green goblin. Oh, and the pit fighter, I guess, but... Oh, jeez. I hate going through zones. It's a lot easier on a character with feigned death, obviously, but man, going through these zones is so ultra lame whenever you're so slow. But I guess it is what it is. And I tell you what, I'm not really big into like popping names or whatever else it is, or name dropping, all that jazz. But this guild, Dawn Believers, man, like I said, I'm not super involved with them just because I don't really like the whole raiding scene on this stuff, or not, especially not yet when we're trying to build our characters back up and everything else. Goblins has to spell. Where are you at? Okay. But they're a really nice guild to be in. Like they're always very chatty. Like look right here, they're just giving away things, you know. So. It's pretty cool. Obsidian Ring of Quintessence. It's only 2 intelligence, 10 mana for a new character that's just a new caster. That's great. Flowing black robe. I mean, just getting out of that starting robe appearance look is probably worth more to a new player than anything. They start you off in some bland, like banana yellow robe or purple robe or this ugly baby crap green robe. They're just gross. And you know, getting into a robe with a design on it or whatever else it is, it's absolutely awesome. See, this guy's like, man, I wish I could have that, but I don't know what prices you would want. This guy's like, if you can use it, you can have it. Ring of Frostbiters. What is this? See, 2 intelligence, 2 wisdom, 25 HP, 25 mana. Oh no. How did I go the wrong way? Is it because you're an idiot? Okay, cool, thanks. Oh man, I went the wrong way. That's okay. We're almost there. Following the road seems to have been the safest path at this point, but I think I could straight cut it, but I don't want to run into any goblins, so... I'm actually excited to see this goblin, or the giant fort. My curiosity is spiked on whether or not I'm able to just walk into the thing, or if it's super guarded. Oh yeah, that's where I went wrong. I just kept following it around instead of realizing it forked. And that's because I went around it. Oh man. Oh, and by the way, the reason I'm not having a map out, guys, the map's been disabled on P99, so you have to like really look things up on the wiki or have your own printed up maps or whatever else it is if you want to get around, or just learn the zones. You know, obviously I'll probably be able to make this trip again now without having to... There's an aggressor. Without having to use the wiki, but... Okay, well that's probably it, I would assume. Oh, yep, the big-ass giant's in front of it. Oh. What? Man, the ones I saw out there in the field were blue. Now we got a red and a yellow sitting right at the front? That's stupid. Which one is this? God. Okay. Evens can get rough, guys, especially with an HP like a giant. I don't like to risk it too much, especially whenever Feign Death still has such a low rate of success. Green wood. Ooh, does that say sapling? Ooh, evergreen, that was the one that was super high. There we go. I could probably get this guy alone now. There we go. Oh, okay, sorry, you're super fast. Well, he hits harder than the pariah did, at least. I don't have any haste items. That's one thing that I'd really like to invest in the future, is maybe some shit in hand wraps or something like that, just to give me just a little 10 to 12% boost in speed, or I think maybe 15 or something like that. I mean, anything is good when you have nothing, but I'd just like to have something in the future. So these guys are definitely doable, EXP wise. I think we could work with the greens. The sapling sounds to me like if it's anything like any other mob in the history of any game ever. They named it that because it's worse. It's like a barely budding tree, sapling. Bandit. By the way, guys, this giant fort is right outside of Kabilis. West Kabila. So that the irony of the fact that one of the areas that I'm fighting at 23 and things are still red. The bandits, I'm sure, are wandering because of the fact that it's next to the newbie area. Okay, I'll take that. I don't have a neck, so that's okay. Cool. I already feel better about this trip. Alrighty, so let's see if this sapling holds up its neck of the bargain on being sucked. Chaw. So far, I'm thinking that our guess was right. I think the saplings are a little lower, and you've got the green woods, which are, you know, I think that I'd probably even be able to find a couple of even green woods, probably. Because that one was, it was hitting me pretty good, and wasn't missing a whole lot, so these guys are going to be the ones that are weak. And the greenwoods are going to be a step up, and then I'm guessing there's probably a level between greenwood and these everwoods. Maybe like, I don't know, something to do with trees. And I'd feel like shit if I was that big and I was a giant. I lived in a big-ass giant fort, and all my giant buddies were around, and I got beaten to death by like a lizard that was at my knee. And my butthole was showing. That's gross. And then they made them run intentionally, so you have to follow them like face level with their butthole. Oh jeez, I don't like that. Misscribed life tap. Oh. I thought that things were coming in and out of over here. I could have swore they were. What did I find? Oh, order. There's an even greenwood. See, that's a wolf pup, dude. This is insane. So right across this river here, you probably have the newbie area of freaking Kabilas. And God forbid a new character just crosses the river one of these days because he's being exploring or wants to see the beautiful game that he's got and whatever, and runs into freaking giant McButthole pants over here that just smashes him in a couple of hits. That would suck. I never fought in freaking west whatever. Warsliks Woods, my bad. Right out of West Kabilas. Oh, that's kind of cool. See, there's more even greenwoods in here. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm thinking if my mend was up, I could probably take an even. They don't. The blue one wasn't overly difficult. I'm wondering if there's any safe areas though in this, so I could like, I don't know, take a break or make a sandwich or something. Guess we could go look around real fast while we're gaining a little bit more HP. I don't see anyone here either. I mean, wonder where these other people in this zone are fighting. Oh, that's why. Not that many other people in the zone anymore. Greenwood, Everwood, Evergreen. I'm wondering if eventually I'll end up I'll just kill all the green ones and then they'll end up spawning in more Ever ones on accident. That'd suck. There's another greenwood. Oh, bitch. What the hell's wrong with this? There we go. If you've noticed me strafing when I run away from these things, and you think I'm crazy, you're probably exactly right. I did that on my bard a lot. And whenever you're swarming, it cuts down on their ability to hit you. From like the normal hitbox radiuses. I don't know if it even helps at this speed. I have no clue, but I do it just out of habit. So this guy's getting a little more hitty on me. I look at it from the fact that I was at like 60 or 75% HP when I started, and he was at 100, and now he's at 50, and I'm at 46, which means I'm doing pretty good, I think. Uh-oh. I'd like to remain that way. But it could still go really bad. I mean, we're both going down about the same now here. Need to pick it up. He keeps hitting me. Dang. This is gonna be a photo finish, I think. Oh, never mind. Freaking Min comes back. Oh, amazing timing and stuff. Uh-oh. I didn't think about this. I wasn't even thinking. I was just talking about having to chase his butthole and... Oh, jeez. Okay, he's not... At least they're slow. They don't run full speed away. Jeez. See, evergreen, 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 evergreen. Alrighty, well, dude, I think this is going to be pretty good. I'm going to hang out here for a bit. Got about half of levels, or half of yellows so far, just from our trip here. And most of that hasn't been here. It's been fighting the way, stuff on the way to get here. Ooh. Discombobulated is sitting down here, feigned death. If you guys want to know what a real monk looks like, you're probably going to see a lot more real monks than me. Yeah, this guy's got all like Black Panther skin and stuff. That's pretty badass. Yeah. Hope you watch this video, bruh. Ooh. Oh. Never mind. Is that, that's a... Is that a... Oh, I was like, the sapling is red? Okay, no, it wasn't. See if we can get the sapling. Yeah. I think I could take a sapling from 50%. The other one didn't do that much damage to me at all. But I guess he could easily run into that evergreen over there whenever he leaves. That would suck. That's a cool one. Alright. Get ready to initiate butthole chasing mode. There we go. It's like work done. There's like shading and stuff. Who does that? Like, who's the guy that makes them like have like square buns with shading on it? It's gotta be the worst job ever. Well, Tim, I'm gonna need you to make their butts today. What do you mean their butts? Well, I need you to make it to where the player has to chase their butts and stare at them. I want shading. I want that shit to look legit. It's crazy. Well, alright guys, I'm going to sit here and act dead next to this other guy acting dead. And I may stay here for a little bit longer. I think we could probably get 25 or 26 out of this, in all honesty, if we wanted just to stick around here. So, may do that. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, or maybe you want to see me do something, just put it in the comment section below. And I will read them, and we'll move from there. Thanks, guys.